Day number 3 of the playing stage of this year's MSI in London, and this is a special one because the two teams that win today will proceed to the bracket stage where the real tournament will begin for them. It's Billy Gaming going against the Golden Guardians, the two teams that managed to win the day before. So sit back and enjoy this match because this is going to be a great one.
Welcome to Summoner's Rift.
We are going to see a match between two teams that swept their opponents the day before, each 2-0. As we've seen in all 4 matches in this tournament so far, that all best of 3s have been decided in only 2 games. So let's have a look at the lineup for both teams. It's been in the top lane on the Gnar. Sun, he plays the Vi in the jungle, Yagao in the mid lane on the Ahri, and Elkan on the bot lane duo on Aphelios and Rakon. And for their opponents from the LCS, it's Licorice in the top lane playing the Malphite, River in the jungle on the Kindred, Gory, he plays the Lissandra in the mid lane, and for them, in the bot lane, it's Stixay and Hui, and they play the Jinx and the Renata. And the focus in this match clearly lies on the bot lane, or to be more precise, it lies on Stixay, who on the day before on his Tristana managed to collect the first pentakill of this year's tournament. 3.5 minutes into the game we go as we see Licorice and Bin in the top lane. As we see River on the Kindred getting closer, and now it's an awkward situation for the Gnar of Bin, who's now trapped between 2 players. But Sun on the Vi, he's sneaking in. River didn't see him coming, and all of a sudden the situation turns in favor for BLG, and now it's River in grave danger. Can Licorice join in time to save his jungler? He flashes over the wall, but he's already one-shot and taken down by Bin. But also Sun in danger as his life bar is almost expired. Licorice trying to put him into the grey screen, but he's not fast enough, and now the Mega Gnar crunches in on the Malphite. Stuns him with his wallop. Sun is already popping up the emotes to celebrate that Bin, following Licorice, is only waiting to become Gnar again to finish off the GG top laner with a boomerang. The first 2 kills go to BLG, as we see Gory now on the Lissandra getting charmed by Yagao on this Ahri. The glacial part does not connect. Gory gets out. But Yagao flashes off to him, connects his Q, and also soon on the Vi comes in, and Gory, he has to activate his frozen tomb to save his life for the moment there, but only for the moment. It's Yagao who collects the 3rd kill for BLG there. And by the tempo they got from this play, Sun can now slay the dragon, so this objective lands in their pockets as well. Now Bin and Sun going for the Herald supported by On and Yagao, but also GG. Now with Licorice, there are 4 players to contest this one, and they have the better position closer to the monster, and it's River who managed to steal it. And now the follow-up team fight. Gory this time again had to pop the frozen tomb on himself, but this time it saves him from the realm of death. So being still with 4 members alive, GG, they can pick up the Eye of the Herald, which leads to them having the better end in this one. But now again, a skirmish in the bot side River. Gory, he dashes over the wall to protect the Kindred that is already getting low, and the Jinx ult flies in. But it's not enough damage to turn the tables in this one as the lamps respite, and the Renata bailout are not enough to save River. And now they're going for Gory as well. And the Lissandra falls to the Ahri for her 2nd kill of the game. And as we still see the replay, the Herald is summoned in the mid lane by River. And now they're trying to push towards the T1 of BLG there. As it's on the bottom side screen, attacked by River and Stixay. Hui now joins, but finally it will be River on the Kindred who dashes over the wall. But the situation is too dangerous for the GG jungler there to go much further. Daryl got a charge off, but Bin, he flashes over the wall to River, who's already low 8 HP. He gets a lethal strike there, but the Renata bailout will save him in the end, as he managed to also kill the Vi for a double kill in the end. And the Condemned once more live longer, as Elk on the Aphelios managed to take down the first turret of the game. But now GG, they trying to take the 2nd Drake, since they're on the numbers advantage, and Sun is only respawning back now. As On is rooted by the Ring of Frost, then stunned by the Frozen Tomb, and taken out by Stixay and Gory. And so the Jinx with their first kill of the game, and the 2nd Drake is finally handed over to GG. We see the replay of the very scene before, but also Bin on the Gnar, taking down the top lane tier 1 turret. And so, just before minute 15, it's BLG leading with 2 turrets, plus a little bit more than 3,000 gold. As we are now looking to see the play for the 2nd Herald, which is already at half HP, but BLG, they're outnumbered in this situation, they have to disengage, and the Rift Herald turns to walk into the open arms of GG. They take it down and instantly engage in a team fight. Going for Sun there and taking him down in the blink of an eye. Now they're going for Bin, but he's super naughty. He hops with his E onto 3 players of GG. They are all doomed and taken out, and so is Stixay. Gory tries to get away there, but without any success. And so it's an ace for BLG. What a massive Mega Gnar crunch there. As we see on the bottom right screen that they've lost their T1 turret in the mid lane. But they won't be too unhappy about it as they pick an isolated On in their jungle, whose fate is sealed at the very moment that the Renata Q connects on him. And now the team from China is leading by more than 5,000 gold, and they're taking down the mid lane T2 as well. As 3 members of GG, they will take the top lane T1, which has a bounty on it, but they will have to trade it for the mid lane inhib turret, which is not the best deal that you could possibly make. Fighting now for the third Drake as the Jinx ult is flying by. And now River and Gory waiting for their team to come in. The dragon below half HP as Licorice on the Malphite is going in with his ult, and also Gory with the dash and the flash. On the Rakan only at 3 HP managed to get away there, and Gory he's slain by Elk and by Sun. The dragon left alone by Sun, and so it's River taking the objective for the Golden Guardians, who are now trying to take down Bin as Licorice is limping away with 5 HP. Bin is low, but also River, who can only delay his death for a couple of seconds with his ult. But Bin, the BLG top laner, will stay alive in this one, and so his team will trade 2 for Dragon in this situation. As we now hop over to the Baronesha, which is started by 4 members of Billy Gaming and the Golden Guardians. They have no vision on it until the Jinx ult flies in, dealing an additional 800 damage to the objective, and so its death is only accelerated. And BLG, they are now pushing with the Baron buff. 4 members are taking down the bot lane T2 as Bin is pushing in the mid lane, where there's already no inhib turret left. And after collecting the 800 gold for the turret, BLG now leading by 8,000 in total. As we hop into the top lane, it's 23 minutes into the game and we see Elk, Yagao and Sun destroying the last tier 2 turret that is standing for the Golden Guardians. The team from North America just cannot fully commit to the top lane since there's Bin left in the mid lane threatening the inhib. Almost 25 minutes into the game and BLG now leading by roughly 9,000 gold. They have a level advantage on almost each position, and now they put an infernal buff into their pockets as well. And now it's Yagao joined by Elk, and they're about to take down the mid lane inhib of the Golden Guardians, and so they do. And now it's officially open season for the Nexus turrets of the LCS second seed. But BLG, they are far from rushing things. They will fall back to take down the Baronesha and come back with its buff to finally end this game 1. And here we are, Yagao with his Ahri stalling Licorice as Sun and Elk about to take down the epic Rift monster as the Super Mega Death Rocket flies in, but it's just a second too late. It's a 4-1 split push now for BLG in the top and mid lane, as they now spread out a bit to encircle GG around their top lane inhib. But the Golden Guardians, they have to respect the minions in the mid lane that are already damaging the Nexus turrets. River comes by, taking down the super minion. He's now a bit separated from his team Yagao with the Foxfire, and the Chomp doesn't connect on him. But they've managed to disarrange the formation of GG there, so the top lane inhib turret almost fallen there as well. And again, the Golden Guardians have to defend the mid lane, and they have to leave their top lane turret. It's a back and forth for them between Nexus and inhib turret, as the inhib turret finally falls. And now BLG looking for the final engage. Yagao goes in on Gory, charms him, and roots him with his Everfrost. As Licorice in the meantime attacked by 3 people. He gets out there, but only for now. And it's him, Gory and River, they all together combine for only 20 HP. As Gory falls, and now River, he's in the bailout, but he's going down as well. Licorice and Hui, the last living members there, solo. Hui is taken down, it's a triple kill for Bin on the Mega Gnar. And now only Licorice living, and he can just watch the devastation of his base as BLG, they're annihilating the inhib, the last Nexus turrets and the Nexus itself, but not before they have slain Licorice, and they will take game 1 in this best of 3.
KDA there on the last little bit of it there. Yagao picking up that last one onto Licorice, but BLG get themselves the first win. Keen eye on on that mid lane right now, because that is where
Game number 2. And as I said earlier, each match in this year's tournament so far has been ended within 2 games. Can the Golden Guardians win this one to exceed it into a best of 3, which is actually living up to its very name? They are trying to do so with a complete different lineup compared to the first game, as they have Licorice now on the Cassante. River, he's on the Gragas. Gory, he's playing the Yasuo. And in the bot lane it's Stixay on the Xayah and Hui. He completes the Vestian combo that has such a deadly potential. On the other side, BLG, they just switched their bot lane. It's Elk and On now on the combination of Jinx and Lulu. And Yagao, Sun and Bin, they're on the very same champions that they've showed us the game before. As we look into the completely exchanged bot lane and what it will have in store for us. Because it's Hui and Stixay with an early level 1 all-in, and they managed to get Elk so low. He's under turret, but he's not done yet. As the Jinx strikes back and draws the first blood. And so now Elk and On, they chase him down. Hui to collect the second kill of the game as well. Great start for the hyper carry ADC. It's just moments later we're in the bot lane again, where it's Stixay so low, and Elk, he takes his second kill of the game. And the BLG bot lane, they really start to snowball this game so early on, as now Sun comes for the gank just a minute later. But Hui, he's saved by Stixay and managed to get away. But this channel, it could be a little bit greedy, as On flashes in and takes down the support of GG. What a present that the Golden Guardian supporter has handed over to BLG, and now Stixay, he's in a bit of danger there, but protected by his tower, and now he turns to go for Sun. But Elk on the Jinx says, that was too greedy, my friend. And he's now going for his third kill of the game. Can he? Yes, he can take down the enemy ADC. And it's the 5th kill of the game. The 5th kill for the bot lane. What a disaster there for the Golden Guardians as River comes by, trying to save the day. And Elk, he gets a bit overexcited there as Hui dashes in and knocks up Elk with his W. And combined, both of them will take down the Jinx and collect a 300 shutdown gold after only 5 minutes into the game. As we now see Sun and River fighting for the Scuttle Crab. Gory and Yagao, they're coming in. River gets chomped and then taken down by Sun. It's now Bin and Licorice also in the vicinity, but Gory, he's taken down by the Vi as well. Now it's a 3v1 in favor for BLG. Make it a 2v1, says Licorice. But finally, he'll be taken down as well, and so it's a 3-for-1 trade for BLG. It's already 10 kills after 7 minutes, and we have this scene just moments later in the mid lane where River and Gory are going for Yagao and take him down. But now it's Sun and Bin, they're going for River. And Bin, he's chasing after Gory. As both are using the flash. Gnar connects boomerang after boomerang on the Yasuo. And finally finds his first kill of the game. As River on the Gragas managed to get away there with his life. Little skirmish there in the mid lane between Yagao On, and on the other side Hui and Gory. Well, Sun, he can without any contest take down the Herald. As we see the BLG jungler only a minute later down in the Dragon Pit. While Licorice in the top lane pushes the minion wave under the turret. As Bin is falling back because thanks to his ward in the jungle, he sees the potential danger coming. And so he avoids the gank. As Sun takes down the Infernal Drake, and Elk and On, they're invited to take down the bot lane tier 1 turret, while Licorice on the Cassante, trying to do so in the top lane. But we follow the camp further down where we see Hui and Yagao having a little dance there. And now it's River joining the party on the Gragas, and so is Gory. But also Sun comes in with the Vi ult, but he cannot save his mid lane as he's in danger now, and the super mega death rocket from the Jinx is not enough to save her sister from the death. It's a 2-for-0 trade there, but Gory, with a greedy recall, provokes On to collect a sneaky kill similar to the first one, as he's now attacked. But we look at the top lane, where the Gnar of Bin is encircled by Licorice and River on the Cassante and the Gragas, and they both go all in and take him down. And in addition, the top lane tier 1 turret of BLG. And after a devastating start, the Golden Guardians are fighting their way back into this game, as they have to face being outnumbered here by not only one player, but by the Rift Herald too, which charges and takes down this turret. But the graceful creature from the Rift isn't done yet. As caught by Elk and On, it makes its way towards the next turret. Charges, but getting stopped by Hui. In this scene now, it's on, not catching, but being caught on his recall back to the base by 4 members of GG who are rushing into the bot side jungle, and it's the Cassante finally taking down the little Yordle. But take a look at the bottom screen at the gold difference after 14 minutes, where you see Elk 2,700 gold ahead of Stixay, which is still remaining stuff from the massive start of the BLG bot laners. But now, look at the carnage in the mid lane, and it's Licorice on the Cassante, all out on Bin. He takes it now up into the river and finally slays the endangered primeval Yordle. But Yagao trying to strike back, he dashes, foxfires and Qs on Stixay, and is keeping up the chase on the Golden Guardian's ADC, but his charm and his Q will not connect on the Xayah. But look at the bottom side screen where it's Elk firing the Super Mega Death Rocket, and it misses Huey only by an inch, and his emote says it all. As we now see the fight for the second Herald, and it's Yagao dashing in, firing his Q, his charm will miss, but the Yordle of On will take down Huey. And with the rest of the team joining, BLG will now take down the Furious Rift Lady, and will try to put the buff to good use. Just seconds later, a fight between the junglers Vi and Gragas, and the Jinx comes by, and the sisters from the lanes of Piltover will take down the Freljord Brewmaster, but the scene ain't over yet. Elk and On going on Licorice, who strikes back on the BLG ADC. Gory on the Siasu in the mix as well, but now Hui, he dashes in, and they take down the Jinx, going out for the Vi as well, but also Yagao on the Ari falls. The Golden Guardians, they turn this into a 3-4-1 in their favor, and the second Drake now within their range as well. As we now see Hui getting a bit cocky there on this Rakan, because he's getting close there to a little but rowdy Lulu that has already collected 4 kills in this game. But in the end there, Hui is keen enough to not get caught there. He rejoins his team, and they will take down Dragon number 2. Let's have a short peek into the top lane where we see Agao separated from his team and in danger, as River and Gory go in and they just melt his health bar and take the kill. As a minute later, the Golden Guardians prompt at 20 minutes, they're going for the Nash. BLG, they don't have any vision until now, as instantly Licorice and Bin are teleporting in from the bot lane. Except for Hui, now all members of GG in the Dragon Pit, as Yagao dashes in, deals a bit damage and then leaves the pit. Soon places a Rift Herald that will put some pressure on GG because it's roaming towards the top lane, but the team fight breaks out as Licorice goes in on Elk, followed by Gory at the takedown the ADC. BLG now without the Jinx, and they take down Bin as well. Now soon the only potential danger that can contest this Baron. And the Golden Guardians, they're going for it. The Nash is getting lower and lower as they attack soon. Yagao and On still in the vicinity and they do everything they can, but in the end it's Licorice. He kills the BLG jungler and the Nash is secured by River. And I say it again, after a disastrous start for the Golden Guardians, they're finally back. They're in the lead and they're in the advantage to take this game too. Still a minute of Baron buff left for GG as they take down the bot lane turret, but in the mid lane, it's Licorice who finds himself in a vain 1v4, and he's taken down by Elk. But despite the fact that they've lost their top lane, and GG is now trying to take the Dragon. And after 23 minutes, already strong enough to melt down the health bar of this Drake. But soon he queues in, going for the steal, and he takes the Dragon away from the Golden Guardian. But he gets slain immediately after this, and so is Elk on the Jinx, Yagao on the Ari, and the Lulu of On. And now they bully around the little Gnaw. And GG, they give away the Dragon, but they will take an ace in exchange. And we only skip a couple of seconds watching how River and Stixay are taking the mid lane T2. And look at the bottom screen at the win expectancy and how it has turned in favor for GG. The next monster on the menu again, the Baron Nashor. After 27 minutes, it's GG. And they are left completely alone by their opponent from the LPL, except for the Jinx ult that comes in. It was so close from taking away the Nash. And now a minute later we see the 4th Dragon of the game, and again it's the ult from Elk that almost stole the objective again. But anyways, it's the Golden Guardians still having the Baron buff for about half a minute, and they're crushing the mid lane inhib turret. And the base is finally opened by them. And now they're going for the inhib itself. As Gory and Hui are roaming towards bot lane, where Gory gets separated from his teammate. He's charmed and rooted and has to activate his stopwatch. He sets up his wind wall, and as Hui dashes in, he gets away for now. But the momentum of this fight has turned in favor for BLG. As the Super Mega Death Rocket connects on River and on Gory. It's a double kill for Elk. Now they're going for Stixay. And it's a triple for the Jinx. Licorice now has nowhere to go. He's stunned and charmed and taken down by Sun. BLG is not to be counted out in this one. 32 minutes into the game, we see the next team fight. Sun on the bye gets in, but he's getting chomped and knocked up. He activates a stopwatch, but it's not enough time that he buys for his team to take down one member of the Golden Guardians, and so it's him who's sent it to the realms of Grey. Already the third Baron of this game, and again it's GG starting it, and BLG not in the vicinity to deny them from taking it. But instead, they will use the tempo to take down their third Drake. But as it's 4 members of them at the Dragon Pit, their top lane T2 is just free to be taken for the Golden Guardians. And they are now advancing towards the inhib turret. Yagao is there, and finally Elkan on to defend it. And it looks like that for BLG this will be enough to deny the Golden Guardians to crush into their base. And in addition it's been securing them the third dragon, so they are just one step away from collecting the soul point. And we are now 4 minutes later, just 1 minute away from the mentioned soul point. As Sun in the river brush dashes over the wall to go for Gory. He knocks him up as the rest of the scene follows. It's Bin who's the first to the scene, but the action arises further down in the mid lane, where Hui managed to knock up Elk, and he's now in the GA. Bin and Sun try to protect their ADC, but as he gets resurrected, he's just sent back into death by River. Bin and Sun now becoming the next target. But so is Gory, who has to take all the CC that Riot Games has invented. But the chase down continues on the Gnar. It's River and Stixay behind them. Bin managed to get away, but only for now as he hops over the wall. But now he's trapped, and Stixay, he's collecting a kill. And so is Licorice in the topside jungle as he takes down the Ari of Yagao. And now 3 members of GG pushing towards the nexus of BLG. And also Licorice. He has his teleport ready to join the party of destruction that is starting in the bot lane. Inhib turret, and the inhib falls. And now, the Golden Guardians going for the Nexus turrets. There's only so much that Sun and On can do. And the team from North America, after a horrible start, they managed to knuckle down and take this series to a Game 3.
An impressive comeback performance from the Golden Guardians.
Do you believe in
So here we go into what will be the first game number 3 of a matchup in this year's tournament. And the team that comes up with a W in this game will go straight to the bracket stage. And for the other team, they will still have the chance to qualify, but they will have to fight their way through the lower bracket. And for BLG, it's the 3rd time that they play from the blue side, as it is as well the 3rd time for Sun that he plays the Vi today. Bin chose to hop into the Cyan train. Yagao in the mid lane, he picked the Syndra, and in the bot lane it's Elkan on the Xayah and Rakan that we saw the game before, played by the Golden Guardians. As for them, it's a whole new team compilation again. We see Licorice on the Poppy, the Jarvan in the jungle played by River, Gory who plays the LeBlanc, and in their bot lane, it's Stixay and Huey on Jinx and Morgana. So let's see which team managed to qualify first for the bracket stage. As we up into the 5th minute, where we see Sun lurking in the jungle waiting for the first gank, he charges his Q, the Vault Breaker connects on Stixay, and combined with the power of Elkan on, the Xayah falls to their feet, and now it's only Huey left under the tower. First shots were tanked by On, he's now left with not much HP. So now it's Sun starting to engage on Huey, flashes away, but it will not be enough to save his life, and so it's the first 2 kills going to BLG again. Like in the last game, it's the bot lane where the magic happens for them. And so it seems in this one, as we see On with a combination of flash and dashes, knocking up Stixay, and it's L collecting the 3rd kill for his team. And it's almost a déjà vu of the game before, where we saw the first 5 kills in the bot lane after not much more than 5 minutes. Anyways, it will be enough for BLG to take down the first dragon of this game, and from now on have the bot prio clearly on their sides. Next objective will be the Herald, and also here BLG with the tempo and the Golden Guardians not in the vicinity to contest this one. And so it will be an early gold lead of 2.5k in favor for BLG. As we now up into the mid lane where we see Sun, flash and ulting in on Gory, who now dashes out by himself. But now it takes a huge chunk of damage from Yagao, but it won't be enough to kill the GG mid laner. And so we see River and Dewey coming by for the counter gank. The Demacian standard is falling down and Sun, and so is the Cataclysm. Sun is trapped in it as the rocket from Jinx is flying in, but connects on. River still thirsting for blood there, but it will be Gory who takes down the Vi in the end. And by taking down the BLG jungler, it's the Golden Guardians finally setting foot in this game 3. Where we now see an endangered bot lane tier 1 turret on the sides of GG, and the situation is not improving for them at all, as Sun summons the Rift Herald that takes down the turret for good. Sun, On and Elk, they will continue to push through lane and jungle, as the Herald is still alive and looking for a charge on the T2 as well. The scaly monster's aiming for it, and rams right into it. So the first turret goes to BLG, as we follow Sun, who dashes over the wall, locates River and immediately ults in on him. Yagao, Elk and On in the vicinity, the Rakan dashes in, as River managed to dash out, but instantly gets knocked up and is finally taken down by Sun. Second kill that goes to the Vi. The Golden Guardians, they have to be very cautious now because they cannot rely on a miracle comeback like in the game before. For now they take the Dragon in exchange for a couple of plates in the top lane. They sense a chance in the mid lane where it's River, going in on Elk with his ult, but On immediately dashes in to save his ADC, and he ignites a GG jungler that is getting so low and gets another hit by Elk, but Hui protects him with his heal, and as Gory gets in, it's a 3v2 for GG, and his ignite will take down Xayah, and also the Rakan is taken down by 6A, but now Sun and the Bin train comes in for the fight as well. 6A tries to take down Sun as well, but his ult won't connect, and Bin is sending him to the grey screen, but still, the Golden Guardians, they trade 2 for 1 in this situation. But BLG still in a gold lead, plus they will now take this Herald Soul, the team from North America, still in a delicate situation here. Because the second seed of the LPA is not laying off the gas as they take down the top lane T1 as well, which will lead to a 4k gold lead now. And the Herald they brought down earlier is now placed in the mid lane to take down the mid lane tier 1 turret of GG there, as we see a little skirmish that arises there in the jungle. But BLG, they play patient and smart there, waiting for the Herald to get the charge off and take down the turret. And only now they engage, and it's Bin on the side going in with his onslaught, but it won't connect. And now Licorice with the Keeper's Verdict from the Poppy flanking in and sending Yagao miles away. River comes in with the Dragon Strike, but then gets slain by Elk. And also Licorice just seconds later sent it to the grave. And now BLG, they win this team fight. GG, without a front line, they have to fall back. And with this team fight, the Chinese contender, they secure themselves the third dragon of the game. But the watchful Guardians, they will not just flee blindly from the scene, as Gory spots Yagao, who's separated from his team and roots him with his ethereal chains. But On ready to react, and he immediately dashes in, knocks up Stixay, and now the situation becomes sticky for the Golden Guardians, as their ADC is getting lower and then slain. And thanks to the reaction from On, BLG can turn this one in their favor. As we now see a battle in the topside jungle of GG, which is all over the place, as Elk gets rooted twice by Hui and by the Jinx of Stixay, and it will be River finally taking down the Xayah. Sun is getting sent away by the Poppy ult. BLG, they're outnumbered, but still they manage to take down the enemy ADC. And now River becomes the next target, but he managed to take down the Rakan before he gets killed himself. Yagao on the Syndra also so low, he managed to push away Gory with his E, but then finally gets killed too. And now it's a 2v2, but Licorice and Gory, they are both without HP, trying to make their way back into the base somehow, but Sun Q's over the wall, knocks up Gory and finally takes down the mid lane of GG. And again it's BLG at the end having the upper hand in this fight, as they manage to take down 4, only lose 3, plus they will take the mid lane T2 turret as a cherry on top of it. So the Golden Guardians now in a tight spot for a comeback. If they want to realize it, then they have to start now. But instead it's River there, jumped on by 4 members of BLG, and they take him down in the blink of an eye. And having just slaughtered the GG jungler, the Baron now is free to take for BLG. And it will take a miracle for the Guardian to take away this objective from the Chinese opponent. But you'll never know unless you haven't tried. So they're waiting for the right moment for Stixay to come in with the Super Mega Death Rocket, and it flies in, but it wasn't timed to perfection. And so it's BLG securing themselves the Baron after 22.5 minutes. And even after Gory collects the bounty for this turret, the gold deficit will be more than 7,000. As we hop into the bot lane where it's Licorice, trapped there. Sun and Elk, they're breathing in his neck, and they're already dealing so much damage. And now they add the Rakan to the table of destruction, and they will just eat up on the Poppy before they will take down the second turret on the bot side. The question now, how much further can they go? They still have 2 minutes of Baron buff as they set up a split push. Sun, Bin and Elk pushing the bot lane, and Yagao and On, they're on the mid lane. Bergao takes a great chunk of damage there from Gory, but he's now in danger in a 1v2 until River joins and crashes down with his Cataclysm on Yagao. And the BLG mid laner goes down as Bin at the same time kills the GG ADC. And so the base of the Golden Guardians crumbles at the bot side, where it's Bin and L taking down the inner turret. And now they roam towards the mid lane where Huey is in grave danger. 4 players of BLG taking down the inner turret there as well. Licorice and Gory, they join the scene, and so does River. And can they fend off BLG from taking the mid lane inhib? No, they can't. But can they at least protect their bot lane inhib? It's now officially hunting season in the base of Golden Guardians, and BLG, they came just so bloodthirsty. But the Guardians, they don't give up, and it's Licorice smashing Elf to another map as they take down On. Now they're chasing away BLG out of the base as they're going for Bin, but he's just so tanky he feels the incoming hits like it was mosquito bites. And now it's 4 players of GG going for the BLG top laner. It's his Sun going in on the Morgana of Hui who tried to flank. Jigao connects some shots over the wall, but the supporter of GG can get away there with his life. And it's the whole team of the Guardians falling back into their base. They just cannot fend off BLG because they're too strong. They're up ahead in levels and on items, and they will take this second inhib. And on top of all, they play it smart, they fall back and they take the third Drake, making it a potential soul point when the next one will spawn. The last inhib turret of the Golden Guardians stands in the top lane, and BLG, they are eager to take this one, as Licorice trying to sneak in from behind with his teleport. If there ever was a time for a hero play from the perspective of the Golden Guardians, it's now. Gory, Stixie and Huey, they hold the lane as River brings himself in position for a flank, but Licorice, he gets spotted there by BLG, and now the Hunter becomes the hunted. Sun knocks him up with his Q, and the Cyan train comes in, and now it's a slaughterhouse that Licorice finds himself in. And BLG now like a steamroller pressing the top lane turret into the ground. For the Guardians, Licorice not available for another 20 seconds. And the team from the LPL will take down the last inhib standing before they look for an angle to end this game 3. And by that proceed to the bracket stage of this tournament. They wait for the right moment as it's Yagao on the Syndra who goes in with his W and E on Stixie. And look at the damage he deals as River, he comes in with his Cataclysm, but he will be too late and he gets bursted as well. And now the Nexus turrets start to crumble, but Gory on the LeBlanc with the hero dash, he takes out Elk. It's a 4v3 now and the first turret about to be gone. Can BLG end this game here as they have to fight under the last turret standing? Licorice, Hui and Gory, the last line of defense. And they manage to root on and take down the support of BLG, but at the same time they lose their own supporter to the Vi of Sun. Licorice in an awkward position managed to flash away from 3 enemies. Sun and Yagao are leaving the scene, and now only the tanky Cyan is left in the base of GG. He gets rooted there by the ethereal chains of the LeBlanc, but it will not be enough to bring down this big fella. And as the Golden Guardians have to clear up the debris in their base, the second seed from the LPL Spring Split takes another attempt to finally put an L to the coffin as it's the Cyan with the unstoppable onslaught on Hui. And now it's on an Arakan who uses him as a springboard to dash onto the Morgana. And the GG support has to disengage as Licorice throws Yagao out of his base, but he gets charmed by On. And now he becomes the punching ball of the Vike, Cyan and Rakan. And the Guardians lose one of their frontliners. Their base is already laid in ashes as River comes and ults into the back lane of BLG, trying to make things happen for his team so desperately. But he and Stixie will be sent to the grey screen for the last time of this match. Gory will follow, and so does Hui. And BLG, they will take this game 3, proceed to the bracket stage where they will meet Cloud9. And for the Golden Guardians, they will have to continue the play-in stage in the lower bracket, where they have to play against the winner of the match between GAM Esports and Movistar R7.
Time go, lost in space, superhero vibes, yo. Put your hands up if you wanna